Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for hanging with me on this Monday. So waking up early, getting on the water is probably one of the most enjoyable things you can do in the outdoors. You hear basically the whole world come alive. And I feel like there are some things that you can do to catch more fish in the first 30 minutes. Now, why it's so important to get on the water early, if you have not witnessed this, is there are all kinds of different things throughout the year that it is going to help you. You know, if you're in the cold water, you only get 5 or 6 bites all day. 2 or 3 of them might come in that first hour. That's going to key you in on what you're going to do the rest of the day. Because after that first 30 minutes, you may go 7 hours without a bite. That's just the pre-spawn lull. I mean, there's going to be a window to catch fish in the afternoon. There's going to be one first thing in the morning, and then it's going to go dead for 6 or 7 hours. And that first 30 minutes is going to tell you basically what bait you should lock in your hand, what type of cover or structure the fish are relating to. So super important. Once we get a little bit later into the year, the post spawn, you have the shad spawn that only spawn in the first 30 minutes to an hour. You know, you have these little windows. The best way to understand timing is throw one bait all day. It's going to tell you where the fish are at, what time they bite the best, and how to target the big fish with those 2 bits of information you got there. So I think it's very important to utilize a couple different color combinations that probably wouldn't work on your lake any other time of day than in the first 30 minutes, the last 30 minutes, or all night long. So I'm going to take a page out of the Night Fisherman's book. This is a night fishing bait, probably the most popular. It is a midnight special by Striking. It has a black Colorado blade. It has a rattle on the back, and you're going to put some type of black and chartreuse, black and red, black and purple, black and blue colored skirt on there. And you know the fish are feeding through their lateral line. Now, maybe you're not catching fish like that. Maybe you're fishing a jig. Maybe you're fishing something slow moving on the bottom, which is probably your safest bet if you don't necessarily know how to catch a bass. Slow and keeping your bait to the bottom, because most days, no matter what the conditions are, bass are going to be relating to the bottom somehow. So you're catching them on a black and blue jig with a green pumpkin, you're skipping it underneath docks, and you've been catching them on that bait all day long. You get out on the water the next day, first thing in the morning, the sun's just coming up. A color like blue sapphire, which may not work on your lake any other time of the day, you will catch fish on this first 30 minutes. If they are feeding through their lateral line, that's when I'm going to go with my orange kicker blades. And again, this color may not work on your lake any other time of the day than at night and in the first 30 minutes, sunrise and sunset. Chartreuse with a chartreuse trailer, big gold blade, that may not be how you're catching fish. You're catching them on shad that are this big, you're matching the hatch. But at night, and when there is super low light conditions, those type color combos are crucial. Now, when I need to make a big move, catch a big fish, I know I'm going to fish all day. You know, I think of Florida, I think of places like Lake Seminole where there's 10 pounders, 8, 9 pounders swimming around, but catching a limit is a challenge. Maybe I spend that first window that is very good looking for catching one big fish. That's when I'm going to go with more of my lateral line, top water, you know, that type of bait. You know, vibrating, loud, that's where I'm going. If I have a lot of places where I know the fish are going to be hard to catch, I'm going to go something slow moving on the bottom. And if I just get enough bites, that's going to be what gives me a good day. Then I'm going to be slow moving on the bottom with a jig, but I'm going to make these type adjustments. So this color took me a lot of years to get any confidence in this. This color doesn't work everywhere, and typically if you have to go to this color, that means your lake is really muddy, and you shouldn't probably be in that muddy water. You should be trying to look for clear water, but this and this typically means your entire lake is muddy and you don't have an option. Or all night long in the first 30 minutes of the day. So crucial in bass fishing. Try that, guys. Good luck to you, and I'll see you on the water.